Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in this gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edified and straight to the point. This is some, I don't know who this lady is, but these people gotta go, man. Some weirdo Edomite looking demon, which they're all a bunch of Satans, but basically she exposed this guy by the name of Tom Waltz, which was, I believe, was like the governor of Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, how he commended Satan worship within the state capitals and America being a so-called home of free land of the brave, you can believe and worship anything your heart so desires. Well, all your government officials ain't nothing but a bunch of Satanists, from Clinton to Bush to Biden to Trump. They all a bunch of damn Satans, and they are working against the affairs of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They have Democratic and Republican parties, all right, to divide the people, to keep them in a state of turmoil among one another so they don't revolt against the said powers to be, But we've been telling you that this guy, Tim Waltz, which he's a blatant pedophile, man. And they mentioned that more kids have been grabbed up and kidnapped during the Biden administration than any other administration. So that should speak volumes, and that should let you know what type of demons you're dealing with within high power. As it tells us in Ephesians 6 that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. All right. Allegedly, this guy, Tim Waltz, got horse semen pumped out of his stomach. Then you go to fact checkers. Of course, they try to deny it to save face. But that's not above your devil's character, because this is how you get down in the spirit. You're a bunch of debased degenerates, and this is what you do. So that's not surprising to know that type of information, even though you like to save face to the common person. But the men of the Lord have woken up to you, and we've already exposed you for what you are. And you're in a sentencing stage, bro. So prepare to meet your demise, because your system, you, your people, and the 2/3 of these stupid niggas that follow you, you all are getting ready to go down very soon. All right, so this is a 1-minute video. It's not long at all. Get a couple of precepts, but this man ain't right, and the Spirit of the Lord has revealed this man through thick and thin. So here we go.
Hi there, this is Sharon Duffing at the Minnesota State Capitol. It is Friday, April 4th, 2025, and I'm here to double check on what everybody's been talking about on social media, is this plaque in honor of our governor, Tim Walz, and it is from people that are supportive of his efforts, and there it is. Right here in the East Hall, lower level. And it reads, the Democratic Coalition of Satan Worshippers thanks Governor Tim Walz for not standing in the way of spreading Satanism in the state capitol building. Satan has a special place for you. And that's what it says.
See? And I mean, he's getting exposed all over to prove that this man is the devil. I mean, what is that supposed to be? What is that doing in the state building, right? Which, it's not surprising because, I mean, the state, they worship the devil. Okay, the state has taken the place of who they call God, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, and they have made affairs over people's lives. This is why, through the state, there's no remedy for certain said charges put against you, man. The state, which this is all wicked. But it says here, Tim Walz not standing in the way of spreading Satanism in the state capitol. And this government is ruled nothing but by Datans. But this is the most high shameful spewing should be on thy glory. All right, so you are being exposed, bro. I mean, the world is waking up to you. Well, at least people that have half brain cells working and waking up to you. But the common nigga, they'll look right past this. Well, that doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Oh, he's giving rights to LGBTQT, whatever the shit called. Oh, he's giving women's rights. Oh, he's approved of us to get $30 more a month on our food stamps from groceries. Fucking, when you're paying literally $1,500 a fucking month for 2 bags of fucking groceries, man. Give me a break. And then you look at this dude, he's a complete fucking weirdo. All right, like they said, allegedly he was getting horse semen pumped out of his fucking ass or his body. The hell you doing sucking a horse dick, my nigga? But that's how these devils get down, man. A bunch of goddamn pedophile, a bunch of rapists. This is what they are. These are the men that rule the world, you know? And this is the men who this black bitch will go out of our fucking way to keep in power. That's why you black hoes and the fucking white man, you're going down hand in hand. Both of you are fucking going down. You, Eve, look, you're going down right along with this fucking devil. So live it up, man. All right, because you know what? Anyway, let's not rant. Let's just get straight to the point. I don't want this to be a long lesson, man. I'm just... this man got to be destroyed. But anyway, we're going to come back to the Isaiah 47. Let's go to the book of Amos. Because you are being exposed, my man. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Come after us all you want. At the end of the day, your ass is on the hot seat. You the one that's in judgment with the Heavenly Father, my nigga. We catching our ass whooping now. What fucking more can you do to us? This is the book of Habakkuk, not Amos, but Habakkuk. I always get the two mixed up. Habakkuk 2, and I'm going to start at verses 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not right in him. No, he's not right. Clearly. I mean, allegedly in God we trust, right? Which that God they're speaking about is Satan. It says here, but the just shall live by his faith. But yeah, this devil ain't right, man. Okay, I was listening to Kim Iverson's podcast yesterday, and she was speaking to, I guess I forgot this dude's name, but he investigates the human trafficking, and he mentioned that 350,000 kids have been missing since the Biden administration. In 4 years, 350 fucking thousand kids are coming up missing, getting raped 9 to 10 times a day, literally. And yet he said the FBI, this is one of the most least investigated crimes there is when it comes to children being grabbed up. But we supposed to want to save this fucking devil? You crazy as hell, man. All right? Weird people having sex with cats and dogs, man. Turning men into women, women into men, and proving a fact. And then he'll lock you up for a missed child support payment. This is a guy that you jakes want to stay under, man? This is a man that you choose to associate yourself with? You don't see a problem with this? The fact when you go to these fucking court buildings and just when you go in downtown, period, it just has a real eerie satanic vibe to it. When you step foot in one of their tribunal courts or one of their witch covens, that's all a courtroom is anyway. They're chambers. When you step foot in there, it just feels demonic as hell because you know that they're operating in the left-hand spirit. And according to this country, you're guilty until proven innocent. And this is in a state capitol building. Not surprising, right? You fucking people. But anyway, let's go down to verses. Let's go to verses 15. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory." Yeah, because your system, your military, your court, you pride in that shit because that's where your oppression takes place. It says here, "Thou art filled with shame for glory." Shame, your Confederate statues. One dude bought it out from Europe, I believe. He said, or I think he was from like an Asian company or Europe or Arab, one of them countries, but they bought it out. They said that the only thing you Americans could gloat about is slavery and your fucking Confederate statues. That ain't nothing to glory in, that you took a race of people from one side of the world, beat the living shit out of them and forced their religion out of them and put your debauchery inside of us. That's nothing to be proud about, man. That's why a lot of you crackers was walking out of that movie called Sinners, because the exposure, hey, that movie, that was a badass movie. I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to see that again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see that for a second time. That shit was on point. The soundtrack, everything. They showed you reincarnation in the movie. They show you how to, even they broke it down. They said that the spirits of musicians are subjected to who they were and who they will be. And that's the scriptures that said the spirit of the prophets are subjected into the spirit of the prophets, man. So that demon that's in these people have followed them from the ancient world up into this present time. So it's the same shit. Nothing is new under the sun, man. It's how it plays out. But a lot of devils were walking out of that movie because it exposed their ass, man. You know, this was like Django Unchained 2.0, you know, because they showed you the Edomites were basically the vampires and they got a bunch of niggas to follow their philosophies. And the men and women that were bitten by these Edomite vampires, basically that's you conforming into their system, and that you will fight tooth and nail to keep this damn devil in power, man. Which I'm tired of this motherfucker, man. Every day I wake up in the fucking morning, I'm mad as hell, man. You know, mad as hell. Like it's another day I gotta tolerate this shit. Playing games with Esau, man. Gotta live according to his laws and his society. Gotta work around a bunch of niggas that I don't really care about, man. You know, gotta fucking, deal with rebellious ass kids, wicked ass baby mama, a dysfunctional fucking family. Who the hell wants to deal with that? Everybody's against your ass, man. You can't even fucking hide your head in the sand in peace without somebody coming gunning for you. And the minute that you don't respond, or if you respond out of frustration, and all of a sudden, now the cavalry got to be sent on your motherfucking ass, man. And this is a system that you stupid niggas in Israel are fighting to keep up because you can't teach a simple prophecy like Revelation 13 and 16 a proper way. That's why I can't wait to see you niggas die, man, all right? And I just straightforward, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I can't wait to see the Lord fuck you people up. That's why every day we should be throwing up curses on this fucking place. These niggas, these women, this fucking devil. Throw curses up on these people. They not right any damn way, But it says here, thou art filled with shameful glory, and drink thou also. Let thy foreskin be uncovered, and the cup of the Lord's right hand should be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing should be on thy glory. All right? This is shameful spewing. And they're not even hiding no more. Because they know the average American is so stupid with politics and so divided to the point this goes right over their head. Oh, well, what are we going to do about it? We can't do anything about it. Let's just go to work. Let's wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, work fucking 40 hours a day, pay our bills, barely eat, and let's continue to do this shit 52 weeks of the goddamn year, 365 days, right? You Americans are stupid, man. Damn, that's why the Lord got to destroy this place, man. This place got to fucking go. Tired of looking at it, tired of being in it. This is the book of Revelation 16, and I'm going to start at verses 13. And it says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. What's the dragon? Okay, that's symbolic of the Roman Empire. It says, and out of the mouth of the beast, this system, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. And it says, for they are the spirit of devils, okay, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. All right, but it says the spirit of devils. This dude is a fucking devil, man. The Edomite, man, he's the devil. Period. He doesn't have a interest in affinity interest in you Israelites. He don't care about you. This is why they push philosophies on you to destroy your mindsets. Because they understand one thing. You keep these people in sin, keep them in rebellion, and then their power won't deliver them. This is why they're bombarding you with straight wickedness all day, every day. To the point you have wickedness readily accessible on your smartphone. The morning you can look up, you can open your phone up, you can see some folly on the internet, some adulterous shit, or you can see 2 men or 2 women laying down one another. You can do that, man. And you would never get in trouble for it. All right. Looked up Aleister Crowley and Anton LaVey, and it gave us the AI overview, which says both figures associated with Satanism and the occult. And the American symbolism is nothing but occult rituals. Like, hey, you go to them courts, it's occultic shit. You look on the buildings and the Roman numerals and the particular sculptures. Those are all occult symbols, man. The police departments, the cryptic badges and shit they wear, the shield of Rothschild. It's all occultic. Even looking at the Washington, D.C. Capital District area, if you look up, it's in the form of a pentagram and an owl, which shows you there's some heavy satanic rituals or some heavy seances going on there. Hell, the what do you call the Washington Monument, which is basically nothing more but the Egyptian obelisk. It's nothing but a penis, a phallic symbol. That's what they worship, man. All occult, all rooted in occult ritualism, man. But it says, Crowley, a charismatic mystic and occultist, views Satan symbolically as a force of rebellion and personal will. LaVey, on the other hand, founded the Church of Satan and developed a more philosophical or philosophical and social critique emphasizing self-interest and individual power. It says Crowley's Satanism was not literal, but rather a symbol of the individual will and the potential for the rebellion against societal norms. It says Thelma Crowley founded Thelma, a religious system based on do what thou wilt, emphasizing individual autonomy in the pursuit of personal desires. It says Crowley was a prolific writer and a practitioner of various occult traditions, including magic, astrology, and theosophy. It says his ideas and writings have had a significant influence on later forms of Satanism, particularly Fraternity Satanelli, which goes into the fraternities, right? It says Anton LaVey established the Church of Satan in 1966, aiming to promote Satanism as a philosophy and lifestyle. LaVey's Satanism was rooted in a critique of societal norms, particularly Christianity, and its emphasis on morality and humility. It says his teachings emphasize self-reliance, Hinduism, and exploitation of others for personal gain. But LaVey's Satanism was both symbolic and practical, with rituals and practices designed to promote personal power and control. And a lot of these things are being enacted in your movies. A lot of your celebrities are engaged in these occult rituals, like Lady Gaga. Hell, what's that bitch name that the one that went on what's this clown's name? What's this hoe's name? The one, the bitch eye that was glitching all the time. Matter of fact, I could just look it up real quick. Oh, women in space. Which that was all bullshit. Them hoes didn't go to space. That was all bullshit. Why they didn't show the footage when they was in the air? Why didn't they show it? Why didn't they just live stream it? And you got Gail King with our stupid old ass. Yeah, this bitch Katy Perry. This demon here, the bitch eye always glitching. She's a complete fucking Satanist, man. You know, and she wants you stupid people to believe this bitch. Oh, we went to space for 4 minutes. What kind of fucking sense does that make? Who in the hell goes to outer space for 4 fucking minutes? Talking about you were researching. Bitch, you ain't go nowhere. You ain't left Earth. You went in a fucking rocket and they fucking AI that shit, man. Or that was CGI. You ain't go up in no fucking outer space, man. And then you came back and landed. How the hell was the camera crew already there? How the hell the capsule you was gonna land at if it was let down by parachutes and not drone? You had a fucking film crew, and then they mentioned that the damn thing was unlocked from the inside. If you're going into a space capsule, it's supposed to be sealed tight to the point you can't get out of it for safety reasons, man. Because according to Esau, you got what they call the vacuum of space. If you have any type of crevices or any type of leaks within the capsule, basically you're gonna become within the vortex. You out of there, because the atmosphere, there's no atmosphere up there. But according to Esau's science, you know, but they're talking about the door was open from the inside. Well, that proves that they never went up there. You know, so it's all bullshit. But that was all a pump fake, you know, just to elevate these stupid hoes and give them more power. Like, dude, your shit is falling. How much power you gonna pump into these people, man? Women walking around all proud. Oh yeah, we went to space. You ain't went no motherfucking where. You know. But anyway, Satanism is a big thing here in Babylon. You see. But let's go here to Ephesians 5. Ephesians the 5th chapter. Ephesians 6, Slakia. Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, and put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Yeah, man, it's all around you. Hell, even from the restaurants you eat at, from the grocery stores you go to, all symbolism. You look at the Taco Bell sign, allegedly it has the 3 6s in there. You look at Arby's, I mean, the color signs behind it all. McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, all these things are elite globalist companies or globalist corporations, man. They control everything. You know, they don't even hide it anymore, man. It's just in plain sight, but the average dumbass don't see it that way because he's too locked in his fucking phone. Or he's just too in la-la land, you know, being bombarded by chemicals all day, every day. But it says here, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, yeah, governments, man, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take you to the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Right, so we got to be locked in the spirit at all times, man, because the Satan is on the prowl. He wants brothers, man, and you few sisters out there. He wants the very few sisters out there that's actually in the right spirit. But most of you he already got. Okay, because a lot of you in Israel, majority of you women that claim you're Israelites, majority of you ain't right. Okay, a good 95% of you that claim you are Israelites, most of you ain't fucking right in the spirit either. And I just real talk. You know what I'm saying? There's some left-hand wickedness going on among you women in Israel. Even among some of the ones that follow us. You know, make that make sense. No fear. All right. But wherefore take it to you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. So stand therefore, having your loins girt about you with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. And above all, taking the shield of faith, it says, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Lord of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. So staying locked in focus into this thing, man, because Esau, he's getting ready to do something big, man. It's going to catch this world off guard, and it's going to come in the form of that mark of the beast, the MOTB. All right, Isaiah 47, and I'm going to start at verses 12. It says, now stand now with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Yeah, because Esau is a fucking warlock, man. It says, if so be thou should be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. But thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. So let now the astrologers and the stargazers and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from the thing that is coming upon thee. So all you devils that's in power and government and all that stuff, hey, let your Baphomet, let your devils and whatever you worship, let that save you from the Lord's wrath in a due time, man. But anyway, with that, I'm going to end it, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify. Until the next lesson. Shalom.